All right, I am here with Shawn Ryan, former Navy SEAL, Vigilant Elite, has his own YouTube channel. Always a pleasure to talk to my boy Shawn Ryan, man. Thanks for joining me, Shawn.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I got to tell you, dude, I was really surprised that you required me to have a vaccination card to be on your channel. I'm just kidding.
I know, right?
but
you should have did this. You should have did this.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, fuck it. It is what it is. Right now, like the censorship is going hard all over all the platforms. So I'm sure that's the we all know what happened with yesterday with the news that has come out. So we'll just kind of try to avoid that on this discussion. But
it's happening a lot. I actually did a little class on my Instagram live last night about kind of ways to get around that censorship. Not that it's like a end all be all, and I'm not trying to conform to anything by any means, but I'm just trying to educate people on the whole fucking goal here is to get information passed, correct?
Right.
And us as conservative types, we need to start trying to outsmart the system instead of just fucking complaining about it. And so one of the major things I was talking about is keywords and the comments section. When you have, derogatory comments, directed at who, guess what, dude? Every time that name is typed, it goes into it's a triggered keyword. You know what I mean?
That's pretty hard to even. I mean, how do you control that? I mean, unless you turn the comments off.
Well, you just educate your audience, and hope that they respect it, because you're putting a lot of good information out, and it's not. Sometimes the censorship doesn't come from you. Sometimes the censorship happens because of the comment section, what people are saying in there. So if they wise up and just find a different way to say what they want to say and outsmart the system, then they'll still get the exact same comment across, just with different verbiage. And that'll help a little bit, because we are, man.
Because right now we're being attacked on all fronts. I mean, this guy, like we were just talking about this earlier, before I started recording, it's obvious now to everybody that he does not work for the United States of America. This guy's here to take us down and flush us down the toilet, in which he is doing exactly what he is doing. We are in a nosedive, and we're heading down into the deep ocean. And it's like we're going 1,000 miles an hour down. And it's people, I've been told many times is to wake people up, red pill people, that, the white hats are letting this happen, blah, 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 to an extent before they step in. But it's scary. And I think by now everyone should be wide awake to what's happening.
I think some people are starting to, honestly, I thought everybody, there's no change in anybody's mind. But after the shit that's happening in Afghanistan, I am seeing people start to change their tune a little bit, march to a different beat, which is, gives you at least a little bit of hope.
You look at what's happening in Australia, and these, they're forcing this upon everybody, and they're out there taking kids, thousands of kids, and putting them in stadiums. Parents are not allowed to attend. Can you imagine this?
No.
This is called New World Order, bro. This is what this is. And anyone who thought it was a conspiracy before better wake up.
Yeah.
It's here.
Yeah. Yeah, they better. But anyways, man, I want to tell you about this Blackwater episode.
Let's get into that. You have I guess it's a mini doc, right? It's a 5-hour interview. You have I think it was 5 guys. Is it 5 guys that you have on your show that were involved?
I did a panel. Yeah, I did a panel of 4. And it was these guys that worked for Blackwater for the State Department contract, and very similar to the Eddie Gallagher case, where they, basically were going to be prosecuted until proven guilty, but without the proof. And when I took the interview, honestly, I thought that they were probably guilty, without looking into it at all, because of all the shit that the fucking media paints, and I fell into this. This shit happened back in 2007. I started digging into it, and what I found is all this proof that that the Department of Justice was withholding evidence, and they had basically painted a picture that these guys had responded to an incident and just opened fire on a civilian population in Baghdad, in Nasur Square, Baghdad, which is right outside of the green zone for those of you guys that have been there. And they said they killed 17 people, wounded 20. Well,
and this is called the Blackwater Massacre, right? That's what
that's what the media called it. So
and this was in 2007, you said?
This was in 2007. It took them 7 years to prosecute these guys 3 different times in court. An estimated $50 million of taxpayer money spent to get these guys. And basically what it came down to is they were sold out by the Obama-Biden administration to appease the Iraqi prime minister, because we had signed a SOFA agreement, or we were trying to extend a SOFA agreement. That's a status of forces agreement. In a nutshell, basically what that is that's us. That's an agreement between us and the U.S. and the host nation on when we will pull our troops out. Well, we were supposed to have our troops out by a certain time. We wanted to extend that because the Iraqi primary elections were getting ready to happen, and that we knew if we pulled out of their country, it would destabilize it to much of, like what you're seeing in Afghanistan right now.
Yeah, I was just thinking that this is exactly what's happening right now, to the point that the Taliban is giving us a deadline and saying you can't extend it. If we go past the red line of August 31st, there's going to be consequences to be paid. I mean, this is bananas, dude. This is insane. So you're saying it's similar to that? It's
similar to that. What people also didn't put together is the U.S. Midterm elections were also happening at the same time. And they didn't want to piss everybody off by destabilizing the entire country, which is exactly what the fuck is happening right now. So the Iraqi prime minister knew that it would throw the election. And there's actually email traffic of this, which you can download under the episode, and of him saying, you are going to make me look tough. You're going to re-indict those Blackwater guys and you're going to throw their ass in prison. Biden went over there, made a public speech about that.
Went over to
Baghdad, Iraq, had a meeting with the prime minister, made an announcement that they were going to do that. The very next week, the status of forces agreement was signed by him, by the Iraqi prime minister. So then I started digging in deeper and deeper, and there wound up being, believe it or not, a extremely liberal investigative journalist who took on the story, kind of thinking, like, I'm totally against the war. She dug in and she's an investigative reporter. She's a pro at this shit. And she had all the proof completely. She's the reason these guys got pardoned. And so she turned all that proof over to me, explained everything. And all of these documents are downloadable on the thing, under my video. Well,
and she's still alive.
Yeah, she's still alive. She actually did a podcast about, like, a mini doc about the entire incident that's several hours long as well. That's very informative.
Yeah.
And point being, this liberal investigative journalist, she won't take full credit for it, but she pretty much spearheaded the entire thing. She's the reason that Trump got it. She's the reason that they got Trump's attention, and he pardoned them on Christmas. I think Christmas Eve he pardoned them and got them out. So with everything that's going on today and how divided we are, the good thing that came out of this is there are people that don't have their fucking head in the sand. Maybe
Right.
not very many of them,
Yeah.
but and she totally went to bat and is the reason, in my opinion, the reason these guys are out.
Well, let me
But
ask you this. One of them reached out to you, right? And wanted to
one
tell
of
their
them,
story.
yeah,
Can you
Evan
tell me how
Liberty
that went down?
reached out. Evan Liberty reached out to me on Instagram and said, which the messages are hard to keep up with, and I don't read all of them. But I wound up reading his, and it was, "This is who I am." I was one of the guys pardoned by Trump. I'd never heard of his name, and so I Googled it, and I was like, "Holy shit, this guy was in this incident." So I hit him up, got him on. I said, "Hey, what's it going to take to get all four of you guys here?" They've never been interviewed. They've never been able to get their side of the story out.
Prior to him reaching out to you, you've heard of the Blackwater massacre, but you were just kind of like, those guys were guilty type thing.
Yeah. I've heard of everybody who's served over in Iraq has heard of this. It was the most controversial gunfight in the entire Iraq war by a long shot. Nothing comes close to it. And it was basically the beginning of the end of Blackwater, which was the biggest private military contracting company in the world. But, I don't have my notes, but they never found all 17 bodies. They found 2 bodies, which was a justified shoot, which was a son and her mother and his mother in a white Kia that was that basically painted it appeared to be a car bomb. All of the tactics that the vehicle used appeared to be a car bomb. It didn't happen to be a car bomb, but the shoot was justified because it appeared to be a car bomb. But all of the other fucking bodies, dude, they weren't found. They destroyed the evidence. They hid all the rounds, all the casings from the brass of when these guys were being fired. And get this shit. This is the biggest fucking part right here. There was 2 other gunfights, I think, within a mile radius of where this happened. So U.S. Mill or OGA had a drone up top, which was recording everything from a prior gunfight that happened almost simultaneously. Drone was on station filming everything, the whole fucking area. Well, in court, they pulled that drone footage to prove these guys were innocent. And when they pulled that footage, there was a fucking 10-minute chunk of drone footage deleted. And so basically what they had, remember I said this was right outside of the green zone. Okay. So they had video of these guys loading up their trucks, heading to Nasur Circle. Then it goes black as soon as the gunfight starts. One of the radiators was shot by Iraqi insurgents who were dressed as police, by the way. You could get a fucking police uniform over there for about $30. And anyways, one of the radiators got shot, leaked all over the place. When the drone footage picks back up, you can still see the wet spot from the radiator leaking, water, which this is fucking Iraq. It's 105 fucking degrees over there, man.
Yeah.
There's not a wet spot on the road for very long. And when the defense asked them, where's the fucking 10 minutes worth of footage? They said, "Oh, we delete it. It's automatically deleted after a certain time period." Well, if that was true, then why wasn't all the other footage deleted prior to that of them leaving the fucking green zone? And I mean, there's so much evidence.
So these guys, how much jail time did each of them do?
6 years and 2 months. 6 fucking years and 2 months.
But here in America,
doing
right?
Their job.
America.
Yeah, here in America. They split them up in 4 different prisons. 3 of the guys got a 30-year sentence, and one of them got a lifetime sentence. They even flew in witnesses that were willing to testify against these guys. And then it got leaked back to the prosecutors. that the fucking two people that they brought in, maybe it was one person that they fucking brought in, was on had ties to two different terrorist organizations and flew them out back to Iraq that night so it didn't make them look bad.
Oh my gosh.
So they had fucking terrorists as witnesses testifying against Americans. And this is the Obama Biden administration.
And so Biden went over there, cut a deal
thing.
with them to use us as examples.
Yeah. Yep. And
That's
then
horrific.
Got the SOFA agreement signed.
This
as well.
is the
By
guy
the way,
who's president right now.
Yeah.
And the same type of situation, what's happening in Afghanistan right now, this guy doesn't care, man. This is,
dude. Then so we did a press release on this, and which is fucking expensive to do a press release. But how many networks did we send this shit to? Estimate over 1,000. Over 1,000 fucking news agencies we sent this to with videos.
Time out. You sent this to 1,000 news agencies that are mainstream media to pick this story up that you were uncovering.
Yep. Nobody picked it up. Not any conservative networks, not any, well, there are no neutral networks, and not any fucking lefty networks. And, you know, and everybody right now is talking about, they want to talk about corruption and da-da-da-da-da. We have the fucking proof, dude. We have the fucking proof that this, of his fucking corruption, and nobody fucking picks it up. What does that tell you? Everybody has a fucking narrative nowadays. Not to mention, dude, my next two fucking interviews, here's how fucking bad the press is, both on the right and the fucking left. Our next two interviews are investigative reporters who are bringing their stories to us because the fucking mainstream media won't cover the shit. And we have a massive reach. We have 650,000 subscribers, you know? And so they're like, well, fuck, if I can't get my story out on real media networks because they no longer give a shit about real news.
No, they're following an agenda. We know this already. My audience knows this. That's why you coming on here is awesome. They're awake. You know, there's a difference between woke and awake. They're awakened to what is going on here. The media works for the globalists, bro. They're all deep state in my book. So they're not gonna cover this. They will not. It doesn't surprise me that they didn't pick this up for you. It's obvious they wouldn't.
Yeah. Over 1,000 fucking networks, you know, none of them picked it
Nobody
up.
reached back, or they just
we had like the Murfreesboro Post fucking pick it up. You know where Murfreesboro is?
No, I don't never heard
exactly. You know what I mean? But that's who picks it up. The local, like the real small town local news picked one piece of it up, which, you know, I'm thankful for. But
so let me ask you this. It's out on your YouTube right now. It's for anybody to see.
For anybody to see, except, well, you can't hear the Biden clip that we pulled from ABC News, and which was on every other fucking news channel back in, I can't remember what year that was. It might have been 2010, where he's basically telling the Iraqi prime minister, we're not happy with how our Department of Justice, we're not happy with the outcome because they didn't have the evidence to fucking prove these guys guilty. So he said, we're not happy with the verdict, so we're going to fucking re-indict until they're found fucking guilty, which is what they did. Took them 3 times to do it.
Biden went after them. Our own president, went after these guys.
Yeah, when he was vice president. And that audio mysteriously got pulled. I didn't get any notification that it got pulled. Usually you get some kind of a copyright thing or something like that, but it's public news. You know, it's public fucking news. There's no copyright to this shit. It's the vice president giving a fucking speech on global television saying that he's gonna go after these guys. They pulled the audio, so we pulled the clip again and threw it on Instagram. It went crazy.
So it's on Instagram, but the one on YouTube went in and pulled it.
YouTube went
You
in.
had no idea. You just
no, I
watched it
started
over
seeing
again,
it in the comments section.
What?
I was seeing it in the comments section. Hey, there's no audio on this. And it's like, what do you mean there's no audio on this? So we preview this shit 10 times before we fucking post it. I mean, you see our productions, and it's not like we made some dumbass fucking stupid mistake. You know, we got a full production team here. And we started seeing it after about the first, I think it was day 2. I started seeing comments coming up. Hey, you know, the audio has been pulled on the Biden clip. Da, 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 da. So we looked into it, and it was just, I mean, at least they didn't pull the whole fucking video, you know. And I'm really surprised that
but the fact that they
there.
can go in there and doctor it,
yeah,
that's scary, dude.
Yeah.
The fact that they can go in there and manipulate your video and change it the way they want, edit it. They edited it. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's fucked up, man. You know, and hey, I mean, what the fuck? You know, what are you gonna do?
We're in a war right now. It's an informational war, and all of us, yourself and myself included, it's real. I mean, we are digital soldiers in this information war, and we're playing on their platforms. We're playing their game. I mean, today I put out a video, dude, and usually by the time I'm done, I got 20 to 30,000 views immediately, right when I end the video. And now it's an hour and a half later, and I got 19,000 views. I know something's up.
Yeah.
And so this is how it starts. And I know, of course, it's right after the whole conversation with this stuff is out. So they do this. And what you're covering, what you're uncovering, the Blackwater Massacre. I mean, how many views does this, I like to say mini doc, but it's 5 hours long, right?
It's 5 hours and 49 minutes long.
What is the views on it right now? And what should it be at?
We're sitting right at about 170,000 views. With the amount of news coverage that this got, and the fact that it's the most controversial gunfight in the fucking entire Iraq war, with real footage of one of the gunfights of them fighting. You know, that shit, the last time we posted something with the real gunfight, what did that get? Like 500,000? Like, bam, that, you know. And our highest viewed show is 1.7 million, I believe, and our lowest viewed is 125. This should be sitting anywhere from 500,000 to 600,000
already.
Yeah. It's been shared.
I mean, at
well
least
over 1,000
I guess
times.
I could say, like, at least it's not completely wiped off YouTube, but they have the they have their ways on how they censor. And I guess, I mean, I know that's, and that's why we're trying. I told you I'd help you put the word out on this, but
I really appreciate it, man.
We're fighting a demon, dude. This is a monstrous demon that we're fighting, and we're trying to put the information out there the best we can. But Shawn, this is an uphill battle. I know I really feel that we're gonna win this, but we're fighting uphill right now.
Yeah. Have you tried Rumble or anything like that?
I'm on BitChute. My videos upload automatically to BitChute, but everyone's telling me go on Rumble. Are you on Rumble?
No, I mean, I have my accounts ready to go, but it's just hard, it's like, fuck, is this going to be here tomorrow?
I know.
Are they just going to sell out to Facebook? Because that's what everybody else does.
I know, but that's why I have that Nino's Corner.tv. And I just send people over that way. It's my little corner, but it's bad. This has gotten so bad, and it's going to get worse, because now what I've told everybody, this is a hostile takeover of America. We've been infiltrated, and we have been, it's not, are we going to be, we are right now experiencing a hostile takeover. And part of all of this is censoring patriots like you and myself.
Yeah.
And that's where we're at. The information that you're trying to put out there with this Blackwater Massacre, I mean, me just even saying Blackwater Massacre could censor this video. I don't know. I mean, this is what we're playing with. We're playing with this like fire, dude. I don't know. I mean, I'm going to do my best to put this out there for you. What are the names of these guys, by the way? What are the names of these guys that were involved in this? Do you have all their names just off the top of your head?
Yeah. Evan Liberty, Nick Slatton, Paul Slough, and Dustin Hurd. And those are the guys that those were the fall guys for the incident. The liberal investigative journalist who fucking did an amazing job. I can't say that enough. Her name is Gina Keating, and she has a podcast called Presumption of Guilt, I believe, and it uncovers all kinds of shit too. You should listen to it. There's an entire episode dedicated that's about an hour long to Biden's plagiarism, all kinds of corruption behind the
and she's on your
Obama,
she's on the
Biden.
documentary too. She's on there with you.
Yeah, it got so complicated during the interview when we got into the evidence and the court stuff. You got to remember, these guys are, I mean, their country fucking betrayed them, dude. You know, so there's a lot of emotion, and we were talking about the evidence and everything, and I couldn't get it organized, so I cut it and I said, hey guys, I understand the frustration and I get it, but what we don't need emotion, we need fact. And so I called Gina and asked her if she would be willing to fly in for me to interview her, and she was like, absolutely, I'll fucking be there tomorrow, you know, if you need me there. So we got her plane ticket, she flew in, did the interview, and honestly, without her segment, it wouldn't be half the interview it was, you know, and because she studied the case for 7 fucking years, you know, it took 7 years of her studying this, and she
you
was
have all the
ostracized.
proof, all the evidence that say these guys
I
are
have,
innocent.
yeah, minus, you know, the drone footage, but they even have a letter. They tried to get, so the father, remember I told you there was a white Kia where there was a son and a mother killed in the white Kia because they thought it was a car bomb. They tried to fly in, which they admitted, yeah, we did shoot the fucking white Kia because we thought it was a car bomb. And one of the guys had admitted, you know, like, hey, yeah, I did do that. And they changed that to get Nick Slatton. They changed their narrative saying that Paul Slough, who had admitted to shooting the fucking white Kia, now they were trying to pin it on Nick Slatton to get him a lifetime sentence. Well, they tried to bring in the father and the husband of the mother son in the white Kia to testify against Nick Slatton. Well, the fucking guy mailed back and said, I'm not going to testify against them. You told me that the other guy shot him for years. Oh. So why the fuck would I testify against? This is an Iraqi whose son and wife was shot and killed by these guys. You know what I mean? And he's not even willing to come back and testify because he knows how fucked up it is. Oh, that's how fucked up this shit is, dude. And I have the fucking letter available for download right on the fucking YouTube.
Now, the Clintons were involved with this also, right? Am I right in saying that?
The Clintons were involved because Hillary was not the Clintons. Hillary was involved. She was Secretary of State at the time, I believe. And there's email traffic of her going back and forth with, I can't remember if it was one of the attorneys of the prosecution or the judge, but basically it was, hey, this is all highlighted too, so it's not hard to find. The documents are like,
and this is already out there. People could find this stuff.
Yeah, that came out on WikiLeaks a long time ago. So we pulled it, highlighted the areas where it's, hey, how can we get these guys back into court and win? And is basically what is the conversation going back and forth is. And dude, it's everything's right there.
And
everything's right
and
there.
Everything anything that they would need to know about the Blackwater Massacre, the truth, is now on this documentary that you will have on YouTube right now.
Yeah. Yep. It's also on Vimeo, which we're having put on the website today. That way, that'll be the uncensored version. You know, so if you want to see it, you're not really missing much. You know, like I said, it's a clip validating what I said Biden said to the prime minister that was on public news. So you can look it up, you know, on YouTube if you want, or you can head over to the website and watch it on Vimeo.
What's your website and what's your YouTube channel for everybody?
My website's vigilanceelite.com. And yeah, so it'll be right there.
And then your YouTube's the same, right?
Elite. Yep, Vigilance Elite.
Vigilance Elite.
Just, or you can just Google Blackwater Massacre or search it and YouTube.
Can you even search this? Can you search this? Does your video get pulled up, or are they censoring it that heavy?
Oh yeah, you can pull it up. You can pull it up because you'll see hundreds of videos that are news agencies going with the narrative that these guys were murderers. And when you pull it up, even at the trailer, I always put like a preview of what's about to happen on the front of the show. And you can see how inconsistent the fucking media is. They killed 30 people. They killed 17 people. They killed 14 people. The fucking Iraq. So how they got the body count with this was they basically put out an infomercial on news agencies in Baghdad saying, if you or your family was hurt in this incident in this square at this time, please show up to the embassy because we're going to give you 10,000 per person, 5,000 per injury. If you had any property damage, like your vehicle was shot or anything, we're going to give this to you. That's how they got the fucking counts. There was no count. There was no fucking bodies, dude. And it was a straight. These dudes got railroaded. That's the only way to put it. They got fucking railroaded. Their lives
have been ruined.
Fucking country.
Yeah, their lives have been ruined. Their country sold them out. Biden sold them out. Our current president sold them out. What's their outlook on it now? Are they really? I guess are they a little bit timid, or are they? What's their demeanor like? Are they nervous about coming out about all this, or are they just like they
said that? Yeah, they were nervous. It was like pulling teeth to get these guys here. Evan, the one that reached out, he wants to get it out. And, I was going to give him the interview regardless, but I said, hey, I want you guys, I want the panel of the four of you. You guys have never been able to tell your story. He said, that's not going to happen. I was like, well, let's try, and so I said, have you ever heard of Eddie Gallagher? And I gave him an interview and uncovered a bunch of shit as well. I said, watch this. If you guys still don't trust me and you think I'm going to paint a different picture, that's fine. I get it. But watch it and then make your decision. And when they saw that I gave him an open platform to tell exactly what happened, three of them were in. The other guy was like, I'm not fucking leaving my creek in Tennessee. I said, I'll tell you what, I got a couple of creeks in Tennessee too. You can hang out at my creeks for a couple of days. I only live about 2 hours away from you. So he came out, we got it all out of him. And when you see at the end of this, those of you that go over to watch it, when you see the demeanor that they have, it's fucking amazing, man. They still love the country. They're just happy to be out of prison. They're trying to get their legal debts paid. And that's it. They have about $200,000 fucking dollars in legal debts. And some of the attorneys did this shit for free because they knew these guys were being railroaded. And when you see the patriotism that these guys still carry around with them, I mean, it's just it's so commendable, to see the love for the country that they still have after the country, the entire country turned their fucking backs on these guys, man.
Shawn, you're a real patriot, man. You're a real patriot, man. I got to give you props on that because I mean, I got to ask this, and I'm sure my audience would want to know this too. Do you feel a little bit uneasy about putting this stuff out there? I mean,
fuck yeah. When we talked on the phone, you were telling me like, don't get fucking Clinton. I was like, hey, bro, we got to educate the people. You have to educate the people on what's happening, and it can't be opinion all the time. Opinion's great every once in a while, but when you have fact, that's different. You can't argue fact, and there's the fucking facts right there. So yeah, I'm nervous. I'm still nervous, but I'm not like, hiding out or anything. I don't live in fear. But the fucking people need to know what the fuck is happening here. And, if you didn't like Trump, fuck whatever, dude, I don't care. Like the past is the past. There's no use dwelling on that shit anymore. Like we have to move forward. And so how you move forward is you fucking educate the people on this is what you voted for right here. Here's a bunch of facts on how corrupt this guy is. You voted for it, and and not give them shit about it, but just, hey, here's the facts. Maybe you'll change your fucking stance next time if we get another chance.
Exactly. If we get another chance, I myself believe it's gonna get bad, fucking near death experience. But I believe we're gonna pull through as Americans, and it's because of people.
What are you worried about the most? What are you worried about the most?
Straight up, the most.
Yeah.
To depopulate this,
Yeah.
this, and communism, and we're on our way. We're sliding right into it. The complete obliviation of the middle class. No more middle class. Our borders are open. I mean, what's there not to worry about? Everything's happening at once. We're fighting 1,000 battles at one time right now, and the censorship, the blocking, the shadow ban. It's bad. It's bad. We're in it. We're in war. This is what war looks like in 2021.
Wait until the fucking supply chain breaks down. That's what I'm worried about. Yeah. That's when I think everybody thinks there's a big, recession coming. I mean, China owns our fucking supply chain. Yeah. They own our fucking supply chain, dude. And, us pulling out of Afghanistan, plays a major role in that. There's over $1 trillion worth of lithium that China's been trying to mine. Well, who the fuck do you think was keeping them from mining that shit by us being there?
We just handed it over by the fucking Manchurian,
right?
Manchurian candidate fucking Biden. This is all engineered. This is all organized, man.
I mean, they made a fucking virus.
Oh, wait, and then
they made the fucking medical equipment.
Unfortunately, hey, we're trying to get our information out there, Shawn, and we got to fucking.
No, I get it.
We got to slip and move like fighting, dude. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, I know, and
I'm worried about the supply chain. Look at the fucking car dealerships right now. There's no cars, dude, because they have all the fucking computer chips. Well, guess what? There goes all the salesman's jobs. There goes the mechanics jobs. There goes the detailer's jobs. Now they're going to start closing the fucking plants. And that's just one industry. What happens when our defense mechanisms that protect the fucking country need updated computer chips? Is anybody fucking thinking about this shit?
No, yeah, I think about it all day long. And what about everyone, the short staffing? People are leaving because of this now. They don't want to get and now like I know the airlines are dealing with that. Now the hospitals are. What about when they get overfilled, flooded this winter? Because we know it's coming. It's scary, man. We're in it now. And I talked to a lot of people talking about this would be a near-death experience, blah, blah, blah. Whether it's a near-death experience or just the death of this country, it's on its way. And we have to understand that, realize it, and digest it, and prep. I think everyone needs to prep. Before I let you go, do you have any advice on prepping for everyone out there? Like besides food, ammo, what's your advice from a Navy SEAL?
Think about what you need, think about what you need. Look, think about what you need. What do you buy when you go to the grocery store today? What are you buying? Get extra, and you should, try to get everything you need to live for 2 to 3 months. Start small. Don't go crazy big with one particular thing and blow your entire bank account on. The biggest mistake I see is people spending way too much on ammo and shit like that. There's so many other things you need. You need fucking medicine. Look, who makes all our fucking medicine, people? Right? Batteries, food, generators, gasoline, propane, all that shit, deep freezers. You couldn't get a deep freezer for damn near a fucking year when the pandemic started.
Yeah.
Now they're back in stock. Guess what?
Go
into another lockdown, they're gonna be fucking gone again.
Yeah.
So go get a deep freezer. Pull $200 out of your bank account and fill it with fucking meat. And it's shit like that. I'm getting ready to have a kid. And
congrats.
I have all the fucking diapers I need for, all the way up till he's 2 years old. And and it's funny, but it's not, because guess what? We just fucking saw toilet paper gone,
Yeah.
water, if you're looking to purchase land, maybe you should start rethinking about what you're going to purchase and find something with a water supply. Michael Berry, the guy that uncovered the shit in 2008, he thinks the next fucking thing is going to be a massive water shortage. You know what I'm talking about? The guy that uncovered all the subprime mortgages and shit that were happening in 08.
Yeah.
That guy who pieced all of that together is saying right now, buy fucking water. That's the next thing. Water's going to go bye-bye. So guess what? I love land. I like land, and if I'm looking for a piece of land, it's going to have a fucking creek or a spring or a well or something like that on it, because I'm not, what are you going to do when the fucking water goes out?
Yeah.
So, buy cases of water, throw them in the fucking basement. Don't buy a case and throw it in the fucking fridge. Put it somewhere, where you're not going to think about it until you fucking need it. Get, water purification things. I don't mean the little, the penis pump looking things. I mean, they make big gravity fed, water purification things where you just take a bucket, dump it in the top, and it filters it as it trickles down. Shit like that is stuff that people need to be looking at for in case the supply chain breaks down, which, it's already fucking breaking down.
Yeah, it's happening right now. We're watching it. So, people, I think they have to wait until it's at their doorstep, where the craziness, when they walk out of the street and they see the craziness, then they know what time it is. No, we're saying it's time right now. It's time right now. It's happening. It's the corrosion is already happening.
Yeah. Plus prices are just rising.
Yeah. Inflation.
And when, inflation, and when people need something and they panic buy it all. Look what happened. There were people robbing fucking semi trucks full of toilet paper. You know what I mean? So the price is just going to go up. Toilet paper went up, back, a year ago or whatever, and so just, start buying extra shit, get stuff that lasts a long time, has a long shelf life, get the 25-year shelf life food, all that stuff,
I tell everybody, 2020 was the scrimmage.
Yeah.
We're going into the big game.
You're
now.
right. I think you're right. Things to trade too. Precious metals.
Yeah.
Things to trade too. Other currencies. Think out of the box. Cigarettes, booze, precious metals, ammo. All that stuff becomes a currency too when the dollar shits the bed.
Shawn, thanks for joining me. I'm going to put this up on ninoscorner.tv, and I'm going to premiere it on YouTube. Get it up tonight. And where can people find you one more time?
They can find me. Honestly, the best thing to do to find me is just go to my website and subscribe to my email list. That's the only fucking thing out there that has 100% censorship free is emails. So if you don't want to do that, it's Shawn Ryan 762 on Instagram, Vigilance Elite on everything else, and that's where you can find me. And hey, man, I really appreciate you having me on your show again. I love talking to you, and I can't wait.
Hopefully, I see you in October, unless shit goes down before then.
You better. Hey, if shit goes down before then, there's no place better to be than right here with me. I can guarantee you that. So,
Shawn, dude, you're awesome, bro. Man, I thank you, brother. And I'll be seeing you in October. Hopefully,
you'll see me.
All right, buddy.
Hey, I really appreciate that, man, and keep doing good work. I'm watching every minute. So,
and me too, man. You too, brother. You're awesome. Thank you.
All right, thank you, man.
All right, man.
Bye-bye.